You go back to work after pulling $10,000 out of thin air, and what does your boss look like? He looks like a turd in loafers. That's what he looks like. And you're ready to tell him that here because you're like, oh, I've been making calls for a whole 2 weeks, and man, I don't have anything cooking, man. It's everybody's been unmotivated or the numbers didn't work, and they called me a scammer a couple times, and it's all part of the business, man. We're all going through that. But if it were easy, everybody'd do it. But the ones who can prevail, right? The ones who can fight through that have a little thick skin about them, get a little toughness about you, get some cojones, and that's the guy who gets the prize at the end. Not the guy who's like, oh, well, I got discouraged because they told me I was a scammer today. And, honestly, I kind of agree with them. I feel like a damn scammer. Who sold who, right? They sold you, if that's the case.
Yeah.
$5,000-$10,000 payday will really make things a lot better too. I mean, make you eager to get back out there and do it again.
Yeah,
that's that setup money.
Yeah,
that's the shut up money, and that shut up money might not come for you in the first week or two, or the first month or two, maybe even. Okay, there's a learning curve to this. There's a skill set to this, but once you get this, guys, you realize you can create money out of thin air. You will never be the same. You go back to work after pulling $10,000 out of thin air, and what does your boss look like? He looks like a turd in loafers. That's what he looks like. And you're ready to tell him that because your whole paradigm on how this shit works in this world is different than it was yesterday. I'll tell you this. That is the facts. Okay? I'm categorically unemployable. I have been fired from a bunch of jobs. And what really has messed me up in my life, and one of the biggest blessings in my life, is that when I was a young man, I hit the shut up money by accident. Like I just went out there and started doing something, and I was one of the ones I got lucky pretty quick.
When I was a young man, I heard about the setup money, man, but I didn't believe it.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah. So Ryan said turd and loafers. So true. Yeah. So true. Yeah.
Yeah, once you close that deal, man, you forget about the 99 no's. Completely forget about them.
Real fast.
Yeah. And then eventually you get in a place where you don't even give a crap no more. Right? Like me. Right. Like, no, okay, great, that's cool. I'll laugh about it now. Hang up, no problem. I was a scammer. Yeah, that's great. God bless you. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Click.
Hey, Justin, it's funny. My wife, I was talking to my wife about people telling me no. I was getting discouraged the other day about saying no and hearing all these people say no, right?
Yeah.
So my wife looked at me and she said, I'm going to tell you something that my father told me when I was younger. She said, if you go out and get 100 no's before you get a yes, I give you $100. I said, what you mean? She said, only problem is you get to 98 no's and you get a yes, you got to start over again.
Man, that's a great game. I love it, man.
Right, so she got me steady saying, count the no's. Because you know what? Before you get to 100 no's, you get to $100, you're going to get a yes.
There's a good book called Go for No, which I read recently. That's all about like setting your sales metrics on getting as many rejections as you can. Well, not that, but like setting your metrics to go for no. And that if you understand your conversion rate, then, just go for no, because there is a yes on the other side of it.
Yeah.
So now I've been trying to count my no's. I think I'm up to about 40 something now. So I get on the phone sometimes praying somebody say no.
I love it. Hey, you know what, man? You're gonna win either way. Either you get a deal or you get $100. One of the two.
Right. Yeah.
Man,
And you know what? And it ain't even about the $100 now, Justin. It's about trying to make her, trying to beat her out, saying getting 100 no's. And I think she's right. I ain't gonna get 100 no's. I know that, but somebody gonna say me yes eventually.
yeah. I've asked the question before. Anybody here, if I said I got a crystal ball, which I don't, but I do have this 8-ball, right? And
Yeah, the 8-ball.
yeah, it said ask again later. So if I had this crystal ball and I could look into the future, and the first time you and I ever met, I looked into my crystal ball and I said, oh, it's becoming so much clearer now. Oh, yes, you are. You are going to be the greatest real estate wholesaler of all time. Oh, I see it clearly. Wait a minute. Oh, no. You say, what is it? What is it? Your first deal will not come until the 261st. Yes, the 261st phone call you make. I see you're very discouraged. You're about to give up. Okay, that's all I got. What would you do? What would you do?
Can you get to 260 something?
Right. You're trying to get to that 260 something.
Yeah, you'd hit it like that. You'd hit it like you can't miss because you know. But 260? Oh my God. That's crazy. And that is kind of big. It's kind of big number. But if you don't have the crystal ball and the fortune teller, you don't know it's the 261st one. Now on phone call number 3, you're like, oh my gosh. Am I really?
You'll be turning down yeses, trying to get to the 264.
Yeah, exactly. It's that unknown. It's a lack of confidence. It's a lack of belief in your own future and your ability to create your own destiny. I'm going to say it like this in a lot of sense, guys, for us men, at least, and this may not be applicable to the women, but I'll be real. A lot of it comes down to us just being ginormous, big old wusses, big old baby, wussy baby, cry baby, wussy puss bag. Okay. Been there, done that. Right. On the 3rd call, I heard no. Oh, my heart hurts. My feelings hurt and all that. Stop being a fucking pussy. Right. Pick up the phone and dial again. And this is a man problem, guys. This is a man problem. And the real men know how to discipline themselves a little, how to push through the difficult emotional, anxietal factors, right? And do what it takes to get it done, right? This is a big key. It's a big piece of it. And I know it sounds crude the way I say it. I say it all hillbilly and everything, but that's how I grew up too. You know, they would call you that stuff. If you acted that way, if I acted the way that a lot of men act today around their households and their women, and if I called clients the way that a lot of men act today, no wonder you ain't getting shit done. You know what I mean? Because you're calling like some kind of little baby wussy crybaby, and you need to call like a man. Be a man who believes in himself, who knows what he's doing, has a future he's excited for. He has hope in his voice, confidence in his voice, and is not afraid to do what it takes. Man, that's respectable. People like people going someplace. If you don't believe that, ask any female that is with a weak male, and they will tell you every time, if they're honest, that shit drives me crazy. Drives me crazy. I hate that. You know, that's a man thing. Guys, we got to man up. You know, if you quit every time somebody tells you no, that's childish. You know what I mean? A man don't take no for an answer sometimes. I don't mean like that, but you know what I mean? Like, you could tell me I can't have this, I can't be that, I can't accomplish this. Bullshit. Can't. You know what I mean? It's like telling me my mama's a hoe. I'm ready to fight, you know? I mean, I think we got to man up a little bit here. And if you're finding yourself in these weak positions and your feelings are hurt, guys, do a little internal inventory, sack up, and get back to work, right? All right, I'm sorry, guys. Cut that. Censor this entire segment. Cut it. Delete it from the video. Ryan said, Justin, maybe you need a Pussbag t-shirt available for purchase until I can upgrade to a Shut Up Money t-shirt. That's great. That's horrible, man. But it's a great comic. Very comedic, but I believe in you, Ryan. You're not a wuss bag.
No, but what you're saying makes a lot of sense. You got to go out there with confidence, man. I mean, it's just that simple. It's like if you're going out there trying to talk to a female, you got to be confident. Can't be looking like a wussy.
Yeah.
You got to do the same thing too with this thing. Like you're the investor. You're the one that's got the money. You're the one that can solve their situation.
Yeah.
You got to talk like you can solve their situation.
Exactly.
You know? Period. I'm here to help you. I'm here to make some money, but at the same time, I want to make sure it's a good solution for you. Is this something you want to talk about further, or what? Or maybe not. I mean, this is it. Go back to the agenda all the time.
Yeah. Is this over? Yeah. Well, okay. I don't think it's going to be a good fit, Mr. Homeowner. I can't offer as much cash as you're asking for this property deal. So let's just call it over and take that off the table. Before I go, I wanted to ask you a question. If I were able to give you what you're asking, but rent it for 24 months, is that something we could talk about, or is this, are we done? Is that confident or not?
Oh, I love it.
That's about as honest and cut right to the chase as you can be. If you're a wealthy real estate investor, how do you sound? Have you ever asked yourself that? Have you ever recorded yourself on the phone? That's really when you start making differences, I think, in really, really substantial progress in your phone work is recording.
I just got me a recording app on my phone. I just learned how to work it now.
Record the first 2 or 3 phone calls and listen to them and critique yourself and judge yourself by what you already know you should be doing, because there's a vast chasm between the 2 ideas of what just happened and what I know should have happened. in every one of our cases, I listen to my own calls sometimes and I'm like, man, why did I say that? Okay. I was on a phone call the other day with Clark, and I heard him say something that I would never in a million years hear him say, but he slipped up. It happens to all of us, guys. It does. But the smart ones of us will go back and listen to this and be like, oh, that's where I lost this deal. See, it was going pretty good till I said that. Stupid. I'm not doing that no more. Okay. How can I be dumber here and make this easier? You know, I was working too hard. That's one thing I notice when I'm listening to myself on the phone. I'm like, damn, he's working too hard. Don't work too hard.